if you called out your ex for being avoidant, that may be exactly why they pulled away even harder. And I know that sounds completely backwards, because when someone is hot and cold, distant, confusing, your instinct is to say something, right? To point it out, to get clarity, to make it make sense. But to an avoidant, being called out does not create awareness. It creates pressure. And pressure is what makes them shut down. And if you're thinking, oh no, I already did this. Did I mess up? Well, maybe, or maybe not. But you did trigger a reaction that you didn't understand. And once you understand what actually happened, you can stop making it worse. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Lucia. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back or to get over your ex. And if you're not new, you're part of my no contact army. Welcome back, my little soldiers. Okay, so you felt the need to call your ex out because before they showed interest, they opened up, they made you feel like something real was there, right? So now you're trying to get back to that version of them. And when they pull away, you think, well, if I just say it clearly, they'll understand. If I'm just being honest, I'm helping them see the problem. And logically, that makes sense. Because if someone has a pattern, why wouldn't pointing it out help? And sure, that would work with someone who's secure or even anxious. But what feels like honesty is actually the thing that's pushing them further away, because avoidance don't respond to logic. They respond to emotional pressure. And in fact, I have a comment here underneath one of my videos, and the guy said, I called my ex out on her avoidant behavior. She said, love yourself more. She love bombed me one more time and then blocked and ghosted. So that's not a coincidence. That's a pattern. And that's actually what it looks like in real life. You say something like, well, I feel like every time we get close, you pull away. You're avoidant. Why do you keep doing this? And at first they might respond like this person did. And maybe they even explain themselves. Maybe they seem open for a moment. And you think, okay, this is good. We're finally getting somewhere. But then their energy shifts. They get quieter, slower to respond, less engaged. And within days, they're gone again, like the person in the comments. So if you've already messed up and you need to fix it, don't worry, because I do offer one-on-one coaching, and you can contact me at theartoflove.net/coaching, and we will send you the rates. They are not on the website, and the link to that is underneath every single video and podcast. So what's really happening is that when you call out an avoidant, they're not thinking, wow, that's really insightful. I wish. Instead, they feel exposed, judged. They feel like they're being analyzed. And the second that happens, their brain shifts into protection mode, not connection, protection. And protection for an avoidant looks like, as we already know, distance. But here's where it gets really confusing, because sometimes they come back. They reach out, they act warm again, they reconnect just enough. And you think, see, they care. It worked. No, that wasn't connection. That was pressure relief. And this is the cycle that people get stuck in. You call them out, they pull away, they come back, you bring it up again, and each time they stay for less time and leave even faster until eventually they stop coming back at all. So, if you don't call them out, then what do you actually do? What the heck do you do? Because I know this is where people get frustrated. You're thinking, okay, so I say nothing and pretend everything's fine? No. This is about changing how you respond. So stop labeling the behavior in the moment. Instead of, why are you being distant? You're pulling away again. Can you just be honest with me? Do this. Say nothing in the moment. Notice it, but don't react emotionally. Because the second you label it, they're going to feel judged and boxed in. Next, you're going to match their energy instead of chasing it. So instead of trying to close the gap, sending "what's going on" texts, pushing for reassurance, when they pull back, you don't lean in harder. You don't try to fix it. You do less. You pull your energy back. Not as a game, but because you're not going to overfunction for someone who's underfunctioning. And this is where people usually mess up because they panic and they try to close the gap instead of staying silent. And to help you stay silent, you can check out my app Silencio, which is available on the Google Play Store and, of course, through the Apple Store. And there's a counter there where you can see how long you've been in no contact, and also a panic button. So if you panic and want to reach out, you're going to hear my voice giving you an inspirational message. And the link for that is underneath every single video and podcast. And of course, for those who still like to read, you can check out my book, No Contact Secrets, at nocontactsecrets.com. Okay, next, you're going to stay warm, but not available on demand. And this is the balance that's hard to make because you're not cold, you're not punishing them, you're not ignoring them to prove a point, but you're also not instantly available. You're calm and grounded, you're not reacting, and that will remove the pressure. And when they do come back, do not ruin it. Do not lose them again. Because a lot of people, they wait for the avoidant to come back, and then they quickly say, hey, why'd you disappear? Or, are you going to do that again? And that sends them right back into shutdown. So instead of trying to force a conversation, allow them to re-engage on their own time. And when they do not interrogate them. Do not bring up the past. Don't say, why did you disappear? Because again, they will shut down. So instead, keep it light, stay present. Don't revisit the issue right away. So you want to create safety through behavior, not words. You don't convince an avoidant verbally. You show them. You're not reactive. You're not chasing. You're not trying to control the outcome. That's what makes them feel safe enough to stay. Okay? So if you've been calling them out or thinking of calling them out, it's not that you're wrong. It's that you're using the wrong strategy for the person you're dealing with. Because with an avoidant, the more you try to force clarity, the more they feel the need to escape, as I'm sure you've noticed. You're creating pressure, and pressure is what makes them want to leave. If you want a different outcome, you have to respond differently. So less pressure, more space, more self-control. Because with an avoidant, the moment you stop pushing is often the moment they stop pulling away. Okay? So now I want to hear from you. Do you have any questions or comments about anything I've said? And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos or episodes. And in the meantime, remember, love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.